Positive energy all the time. Let's get it. Health is wealth. Take care of yourself. All right, good to see everyone. Positive energy all the time. We are going to talk about the benefits of berries. How berries can help your body and how they can really help you when it comes to working out. How's everyone? Here we go. I hope you got your workout on today. I got mine on pretty good. I'm increasing my program. So I'm having to adjust my sleep. But it's getting there. Increasing my weight. Increasing my reps. And increasing my food intake, which is a little difficult to do. I'm not used to eating a lot, but I'm kind of bodybuilding, and you really can't bodybuild if you don't have the building supplies in the body. So you got to have the building supplies in your body. So I'm trying to increase my eating schedule. And I'm just coming along. I'm getting there. Sometimes I'm eating a little late just to make sure I get in enough calories. But I'm getting it in there. Got to get used to shopping more. Got to get used to cooking quicker because, I'm buying a lot of vegetables, so you have to cook them. You can't save them a long time, but you can extend their life if you soak them in water in the refrigerator. So if you stand them up in some pot of water or a glass of water, like I should have did my parsley, I bet it's wilting. But you got to stand it up in some water. Let me show you something. So the other day I bought this parsley. I forgot. As you can see, it's starting to wilt because I forgot to do this. So you see this water? I'll take this parsley. I'm going to sit it in this water. And this parsley will perk up. It sure will. It will begin to stand back up. So we're going to look at it now. It might take a while, but we'll look at the end of this live to see if I would have put it in here as soon as I bought it, it never would have did this. But it still has a lot of life in it. It's still green. You have to put those stems down there so it can drink. So let's see what happens. If I'll be able to save it or not. I should be able to save it. We will see. And so today we're talking about berries and exercise. And berries have lots of benefits, right? Lots of benefits. Berries can support immune function. They're low in calories. They have anti-inflammatory properties. They can aid in weight management. They're rich in fiber. They can enhance skin health. They're packed with antioxidants. Great for heart health. And rich in vitamins. There's a lot of different types of berries. A lot. And we're going to cover some of the more popular ones. And maybe on another live, we'll go through some of the ones that are not too much mentioned. Now, strawberries are very popular. Strawberries offer several benefits for those exercising, including providing a natural energy boost, aiding in muscle recovery, and potentially improving endurance and blood flow. And potentially improving endurance and blood flow. That's very important, right? Because you need good circulation and you need good endurance to work out. They are a good source of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that can help reduce inflammation and support overall athletic performance. Now, what I've been doing is I've been drinking protein shakes, going to the gym and working out. This week, I'm going to add a new routine. I'm going to drink a protein shake, go to the gym and work out. Let's say I drink a protein shake at 8 and I get to the gym at 9 and I stay to the gym till 10:30, 11. I had the protein shake at 8. My body's, that's the first thing in the morning. My body's, that's going to be pretty much ran through my body. So the new thing I'm going to be doing when I come back from the gym, I'm going to hydrate first. with some type of liquid. So I'm going to hydrate. It might be water or something like that. It might be a light tea with very little sweetener in it. And after I hydrate, I'm going to wait another 45 minutes to an hour. And my new thing I'm getting ready to do is I'm getting ready to start making fruit drinks or eating fruit. So in some cases, I might make a drink. In some cases, I might just gulp down and eat some fruit. But I'm about to add that to my workout plan. Before I eat a meal. Right? So before I eat a meal, I'm going to most likely add fruit to my workout plan when I get in from working out. Now, I'm not absolutely sure. I might switch that around. So I might cook something so I could space out the protein drink with the milk, because my protein drinks are always milky. I don't make those smoothies. My protein drinks are always milky. So my protein drinks are always some type of milk with like pumpkin seeds and flax seeds and hemp seeds like that, and protein powder. So my protein drinks are always milky. I eat like that. I either eat fruit, vegetables, or milk. When I'm doing milk, that's when I do nuts. I don't do nuts with fruit. Nuts are milky. I got a whole book coming out where I'm going to be, another booklet coming out where I'm going to lay that out. My eating plan, right? So I always make my protein drinks, the backbone of my protein drinks is never fruit. It's always nuts. Always. My chia seeds are already in my protein powder. So my protein powder, Jamal, is a blend. Let me show you that, okay? I'll show you my protein powder. Hold on. Okay, my protein powder is always the first thing I drink. I'll drink some liquid, some water. But the first thing I intake in my body is nuts before I go to the gym. I don't do fruit. The only fruit I might do is a piece of banana because the banana goes great with my shake. I don't make fruit shakes. I make chocolate shakes or vanilla shakes with nuts, right? One thing I do is I blend up my own powder. Oh, this powder is hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds. I'm forgetting somebody. Hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, and other seeds that I mix up in here. All right. It's going to come to me in a minute. I use them all up. But I blend those up. The chia seeds, the flax seeds, the hemp seeds, and not sesame seeds, but I would do them. It's a couple that I use that I've used up. I tell you what, I can show you better than I can tell you. I always forget because it's a lot. It's a lot that I mix up into my protein drinks. But my food, I keep my food that goes together. So I don't mix milk with fruit. Fruit does not go with milk. Milk goes with nuts. So if it's milky, I keep it milky. If it's fruity, I keep it fruity. If it's vegetable-y, I keep it vegetable-y. I got a whole booklet coming out where I'll be discussing that. Right? But I keep everything separate. I don't. Some of that stuff they're doing, it's totally unnatural. Okay, so I will show you. Yeah, some of the stuff they're doing, I'm going to ruffle a lot of feathers in a couple of weeks when I come out talking about what combinations go together. I see people putting the wrong combinations together. For sure. Those combinations are not supposed to be put together. Okay. So people are putting the wrong combinations together. I don't know what that's about, but I guess it's just a new generation. I guess people just, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. But the combinations that many of your experts are telling you to mix together are totally wrong. They have you mixing together combinations that eliminate each other. When you put the food together, it must go together. And if it doesn't go together, it's the wrong information. If you put the wrong foods together, they will cancel each other out. Yeah, pumpkin seed. Pumpkin seeds. Danielle is right. Pumpkin seeds is what I add. Okay. Lady doing it on social media, and I decided that was a great idea. So let's get to it. Okay, so this is what I put in it. First thing I'm gonna start out with is the kiwi. So as you can see, I'm using flax seeds, kiwi, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and pumpkin seeds. Okay. Okay. First thing I'm gonna start out with is the kiwi because I noticed that the kiwi makes a really powdery, dry, powdery blend. And the hemp has a lot of oil in it, so it's kind of gooey, kind of moist. I use the blender to blend up the powder first. I blend up each separate powder and then I dump it into a jar like this. And so this is all those powders is in here. You see it's going low. So what also makes this great is now I can go get some black sesame seeds. I can blend up black sesame seeds and dump in here with those seeds and change the whole molecular structure and change the whole structure. But everything is powdery. Everything is powdery. You don't put fruit with nuts and blend it up. Okay. So at the bottom, so I blend up each one. I dump it into a jar. This is hemp seeds. You see me blend up the hemp seeds and put it in there. This is some other seeds. I'm doing them all one by one. The chia seeds, the hemp seeds. I blend them up one by one. You see the coloration. You see the different ones. That's some more hemp seeds. And put that on the top of the jar. And I will show this at the end if you want to see it. Then I shake it up. Okay. But everything has to be milky. Okay. I don't mix fruit with milk. There's no such thing as, strawberry milk is whack. It's chocolate milk or vanilla milk, and you want it to be milky. And so for it to be milky, you're going to use powder. So I also got protein powder. So I'll put a scoop of this in the blender and I'll put a half a scoop of this. I don't have to use a whole scoop because I got this. And I just added some more in here. And so I make my own protein powder. And I have my own, I have milk. And then I add this protein powder because this has my creatine in it. This is a new protein powder it just came out with, so I don't have to take creatine separately. It's already in it. Okay. Vega. But I keep everything milky. Okay. That other stuff, I don't know what content creators are telling you, but to me, it is the wrong information. So I'm not going to put no apple with no celery. Okay. I'm going to put celery with parsley or lettuce or another vegetable. Why would I mix a fruit and a vegetable? That's incorrect. You will not get everything you're supposed to get out of apple if you mix the apple with the wrong thing. Okay. But that's what they're doing these days. So this is how I get my workout on, you know. Uh, and I keep everything with what it's supposed to go to with. You know what I'm saying? I don't mix things that don't go together. That's just something I don't do. So then when I have my powder, let me show you something. This is what I blend my protein powder up in. Pea milk, Ripple pea milk, 8 grams of protein per serving. And I figure I'd be drinking about at least 3 servings. So that'd give me 24 grams of protein. 24 grams of protein. I'll be using half of this. So that's 15 grams of protein. But sometimes I use a whole one. So that would be 30, 30, and 24. So right off the top, that's 50. That's 54. And then all my protein in my hemp and chia seeds and flax seeds and pumpkin seeds. And so my protein drink easily be a good 70 grams of plant protein, no less than 50, 60. A lot of plant protein that I mix because all of these have lots of plant protein in it. This is 5 grams per serving. This is 3 grams per serving. And there's a lot of servings. This is 10 grams per serving. My hemp seed. So this is a staple. Then my pumpkin seeds, that is a lot of plant protein in the pumpkin seeds, plus keep your sex drive up. So that's what I do in the morning. Okay. So this morning, that's what I did this morning before I hit the weights. Because you're gonna hit the weights. If you don't put the protein in there, then what are you pumping up? So I make a super strong protein drink in the morning with milk, powders, and seeds so that everything is milky. Okay, I got a whole, you know about my manual, but I got a booklet coming out. And I got a booklet. It's gonna kind of shake up the plant-based world. But I don't know who's gonna be able to debate me. Maybe the older brother down in South America, he might try a little bit. I don't think he'll win because he's in South America and his suggestions is null and void if you're in Detroit. So his way of teaching is unrealistic because you would have to be where he's at to do that, and he won't survive 20 below zero or below zero Chicago weather on that fruit. Yeah, he won't. He can't make it up here in Chicago with that eating plan he got. But if I'm going to do the fruit, I'm going to show you that the fruit will be done all together. So I'm getting ready to add fruit, but the fruit will be fruit. The fruit will not be mixed with milk. The fruit will not be mixed with vegetables. So I'm adding a new drink I'm adding a fruit mixture. So it'll be my powders and stuff in the morning, and then in the later in the midday, it will be my fruit mixture that I will make. That would consist mostly of fruit, water, fresh fruit, very little water, lots of fruit juice, two fruits, water, and then powders, fruit powders, and not milk powders. These powders are made to make milk. Why would you put this in some fruit? This is to make a milkshake, a protein milkshake. So I'm going to be adding a fruit. So that's why I'm talking about the berries today. I'm going to be adding berries, but that's only going to be every now and then because a lot of times I double up on the protein powder and the protein shake. So if I'm really finna go hard all day, I'll drink a protein shake. I'll make a whole pitcher. I'll drink most of it till it's about this much left. I'll come and get my liquid and my hydration after I work out with some type of tea or whatever. And then when that runs through my body, I'll knock down another protein shake. I'll add maybe something different. I'll add a different protein powder. I got about 3 different protein powders. So on the next one, I'll add a different protein powder. Depends on how much I'm trying to pump up that day, how much gains I'm trying to get. You know what I'm saying? So today, I've had my protein shake. I will definitely have another one because I'm trying to get some serious gains today before I go to the gym tomorrow. Right? So I'll be pumping the protein in, pumping the muscles up, pumping the protein in, pumping the muscles up. So today, I will be doing another protein shake. I will be dosing up on all my vitamins, my multiple vitamins, and all my other vitamins and nutrients. And I'll be hitting the weights a lot today. And I'll bang out a bunch of tofu today. A tub of tofu, I'll bang it out today. So I'm really banging out today on the exercises. So when I go to the gym tomorrow, I can just target certain muscles and I already have a good workout on top of a workout so I can get those gains. Get that back bigger, get the shoulders bigger, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm finna add the berries though, at least twice a week. I'll be coming over here telling you my final decision on how I'm gonna make them. And see, when I do the berries, bam, once I drink the berries, now I could drink that down. I'm a little full. When I get a little where I can put some more food in, now I can eat some mango. Now I could eat some grapes or some watermelon. Why? Because I put the fruit in there. If I do the milk, I wouldn't do the watermelon. If I got up and I drank the milk and the powder and I drank that twice, and let's say the last time I drank that at 1 o'clock, if I wanted to eat some watermelon, I wouldn't eat watermelon till like 7 or 8 o'clock that night to make sure that all that milk is gone through my system. I wouldn't put that watermelon on top of no milk. Would you take a bowl of milk and cut watermelon in it? So you got to start looking at your stomach, your intestines like a bowl of cereal, like a bowl. what would you dump in that bowl? So if you want to dump it in a bowl and eat it, why is you blending it up and eat it? Make sure everything go together. I've had cola nuts, but it's just hard to get a lot of different stuff. I just mostly stick with the basics. I just mostly stick with the basics: hemp seeds, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, flax seeds. I just stick with the basics because I'm just trying to get a certain amount of protein. Bam, 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 bam. I want to be able to go to the store and grab it. I don't want to have to search for it. I don't want to have to, you know, I can go right down to the Whole Foods, get it, boom. And plus, when I get these and they full, I get to make, if I get a bag of flaxseed, a bag of hemp seeds, a bag of chia seeds, a cup of pumpkin seeds, when I get all that stuff, I can make like four of these. Okay. I can make four of these full. Four of these full will last you a couple months because you're only using a scoop. You're saving a fortune. So then, if I did order some cola nuts, I would blend them up later and dump them in here to change the structure of this when this start going down. Like this is going down. I got some black sesame seeds coming. I'm finna alter this protein powder by adding black sesame seeds, some more hemp seeds, and some more pumpkin seeds. Right? Mixed with what's already in there. I pretty much go to with the basics though. So the bitter cola nuts is got like 8 to 11% protein in it. So that's a nice amount of protein. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice amount of protein. So I would try them. Nuts are basically milk, nut milk. We make nut milk, almond milk, cashew milk. So I take this. This is pea milk. This is made from peas. And I take this pea milk and I blend it up in the blender and I make a pea, almond, hemp, pumpkin seed, flaxseed, chia seed milk. I make a high power milk along with all the ingredients depending on which one of my protein powders I use. Right? So this also gonna give me sunflower oil powder, rosemary extract, and then I got 2 or 3 different protein powders depending on what I add in there. So I'll be making like my own super drink. I'll be doing my own science. And I'll be adding up put all them proteins together and blend it up. So now when I drink it, then boom, I go hit the weights. Do I like the almond milk? The almond milk is good, but I like the Ripple. I buy the Ripple because the almond milk ain't got no protein in it. The almond milk in the store got like what 4 grams. This got the most. This is the only milk in the store. This no other milk in the store got 8 grams of protein in it, except maybe hemp milk on the shelf. But as far as in the refrigerator, this is the highest protein per serving, 8 grams. All the other ones is 2 grams, 3 grams, like that. See? Look. Silk almond milk, 1 gram of protein. 1 gram. 1 gram of protein. See what I'm saying? One gram of protein. What I'm gonna do with 1 gram of protein when I can go get what I'm getting, and it got 8 times that, 8 grams of protein. 8 grams of protein per serving, because this is made from peas. This is made from peas. Peas, these peas they use in this got a lot of protein. So this is the highest protein milk, right? So that's why I buy this. See on the back? 8 grams Ripple milk, 8 grams of protein. Almond milk, 1 gram of protein. All right. So which one would you get if you're trying to work out? You're gonna get the 1 gram or the 8. You know what I'm saying? So I get the 8. But then I just don't go by the 8. I make a Frankenstein mix. So by the time I blend it up, you know what I'm saying? A serving. Okay, how many servings is this? I don't know. Hold on. Six servings, right? So it's 6 servings. So look, it's 8 grams, right, per serving, and it's 6 servings, right? Check this out. 8 times 6. That's 48 grams of plant protein. Now I drink a whole bottle. I drink a whole bottle a day. So I do at least over a half a bottle the first time, and then there'd be some left in the blender, and I drink that when I get back. So I do practically 50 grams. That's almost 50 grams of plant protein. Now you do the math. 50 grams of plant protein with 30 grams of plant protein. That's 80 grams of plant protein. So I'm doing like 100 grams of plant protein. You know what I'm saying? Do I grow any fruits or vegetables? No, I'm in Chicago. I don't really got time. I don't got time to grow fruits and vegetables because the harvest ain't worth the time. It's just a waste of time. That little bit of harvest, that shit gonna be gone. Like I'm out there all summer for some food that shit ain't gonna last nothing but a week or two, if that. That's a waste of time. If you ain't got no big, if you don't got no big plot, and you ain't, cause grow food, Loopy, that's a job. Like you gotta do that all day. Am I going for muscle mass? I'm going for muscle mass first. because I don't got nothing to cut up. I was skinny. So I was skinny, so I'm going for muscle mass. I'm 67, I'm going to be 68, so I'm going for a whole restructuring on my body. I'm like on some scientific type stuff. Where most people, when you get 50, you start looking wrinkling up. You start balling up. You start shriveling up. By the time they get 70, they shriveled up. No, I don't want to live in Florida. No, thank you. I want to live in Florida. What I want to live in Florida for? What I want to grow the food for? I could be in Chicago, get money, go buy my food. What I want to be farming for in the country. I don't want to live in the country. I gotta get money. I gotta get money. I don't want to live in the country, and then I don't want to live where white people run over y'all. But that's a whole nother video. I like living where it's a lot of black people. I wouldn't trade Chicago for nowhere where y'all live at. Houston is kind of all right with a lot of Mexicans, but no, I wouldn't trade Chicago. If something pop off, yeah, I wouldn't trade Chicago to be where I'm definitely safe. That's for sure. I'm definitely safe. I got an army around me. It's something you probably wouldn't understand. I live in an army. Chicago's black from the downtown as far as you go south. But growing food is make believe, y'all. Don't listen to that. Growing food is a lot of work. You have to watch it, you have to feed it, you have to water it. And the return what you're gonna get for the work is not gonna be worth it. Okay. If you don't got no acres and acres, you can't grow no food. These people just think you in the city, they think you don't know nothing. You cannot grow enough food to sustain in no backyard. Period. It's not gonna be enough food to sustain no time. If you ain't got 3 acres, you can't grow enough food to sustain. That's all make believe. You cannot take no average backyard and grow enough food to eat for 365 days. You cannot even grow enough food to eat for 4 months. This is just a fact. You cannot. Especially considering so much food is perishable. What you going to do with perishable food? How you going to save perishable food for a year? Now you got to do all this jarring. You got to do all this stuff. Okay, you got time for that? Till they don't tell you, that's a whole nother job. If you want to be a farmer and grow, that is a job. That is nothing you can do if you're a trucker, if you hustling, if you got to go to work. You cannot grow enough food and go to work. Period. Okay? That's all make believe. If you think I'm lying, look at my garden. had food, first off, that year in Illinois, the farmers lost all their corn crop because when it was time to plant, it didn't stop raining. So that year, I had to plant that late because it rained hard like never before, so you couldn't plant. So Illinois had a corn shortage that year. So I'm trying to show you, if you and your family were depending on eating that year and growing it, y'all would have starved. You're at the mercy of the elements. You got to water that stuff every morning for the sun come up. You got to water it every evening when the sun go down. You got to watch it because people will steal it when it's ready. I used to grow in Hawaii. And so if people see you got food out there and hungry people, they'll steal. You'll grow that food all year and come out there and somebody just snatched all your watermelon. Okay? So don't let nobody think that you just grow food and it's just no. And that amount of food, but that amount of food ain't enough food to sustain nothing. We had a whole lot of red peppers. We had a whole lot of cucumbers. But that food is not enough food to feed no family. To feed a family, I would need half of that block that I lived on. That backyard cannot sustain you with no food. Anybody tell you that is, they lying. In your typical way you live with your house, you cannot grow enough food to sustain your family. You can grow enough food to just have an extra cucumbers or whatever. You can have a little stuff in the refrigerator, but as far as eating and feeding your family, come on, man, because you can't grow no rice. And you can grow some beans, but how many? How many acres we talking? So now how could you go to work, take care of your family, take care of your responsibilities, and be a farmer? A farmer is a full-time job. I work all day for that to watch that garden. You have to check for moths. You have to check for ants. You can't just leave a garden out there. You have to watch it. And you're not going to grow that much food. So anybody that tells you, oh, grow your own food, that's because they not doing it, first off. They not doing it. They lying. Because anybody that's really a farmer would not tell you that you can grow no food. Mind you, my granddaddy was in Alabama, and I went to Alabama every year on my grandfather's father's farm, and my grandfather had acres. Okay? My granddaddy had enough where he grew his corn at. You could build 4 houses where he had the corn at. He didn't have no little bit of corn. Then he got cows. The barn is here. The cows walking way out there. It's a pasture. He had a lake, a pond. It's acres. It's chickens and stuff walking around. It's acres. It's not no block, no city block. My granddaddy farm, it was acres. You have to ride a horse or drive the pickup truck over there to take care of the crops. Okay? To grow some food. And so, come on, man. You live in the city. Come on, man. You cannot grow no food to sustain. All right? That's make believe. Stop letting people tell you that. Grow your own food. Stop letting people tell you make believe stuff. You got to have acres. If you got 1 acre, you'll barely be able to feed a family of 4 for a year. Barely. Barely. When you go to the store and buy food, you buy acres and acres of food. And you know how long it takes for an orange tree to get big enough to make oranges? And do you know you can't grow no oranges in Chicago? You can't grow no lemons. You do know in certain climates you can't grow certain things, right? I mean, what are we doing? And then I don't want to be in the country. I don't want to live in those slow places. I'm born in Chicago. So I do not want to live in no country growing no food. I'd rather go to the store. I don't live in the country. Every summer I went to the country and was glad to get back to Chicago. I enjoyed it. It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. I don't want to live in the country. Black people in the country are some of the most unhealthiest people. They don't eat right. You figure they where they can grow all that food. My friend just went to a funeral in Texas. Black people in farmland are not healthy. They're just not. They're not healthy, and they are not growing enough sustainable food. All them farms is industrial now. And black people ain't got no farms like that no more. That's make believe. When people think that you don't know nothing, they'll just say stuff. You know what I'm saying? My mama from Birmingham and Uniontown, and my daddy from Decatur, Alabama. Okay, my relatives is in Alabama. I know. I lived in Hawaii. I grew in Hawaii, and even in Hawaii, you cannot grow enough food to sustain. You you have to go hunt food. It takes a little while for coconut trees to get big enough to drop coconuts. You can get some banana trees pretty quick, but you know how many banana trees you got to have to really enjoy bananas? You're going to have a lot of banana trees to be able to eat bananas all year. And then they only going to give you bananas a certain time of year. And then once you harvest them bananas, you can't save them unless you make banana chips, dry them out or something. What you gonna do with a bunch of ripe bananas? You ever went to the store and bought a pile of bananas and forgot to start eating them? What happens? You look over there, they got dots on them. If you don't hurry up and eat them up, they start turning brown. So imagine you grow a bunch of bananas. How you gonna eat them quick enough? And so it ain't just growing the food. How you gonna prepare it for it to last over the winter or last? Or growing food is make believe. You know what I'm saying? Because to live, you got to have money. You got to make money. So how you gonna pay your bills? Like how you gonna keep the lights on with the garden? How you gonna keep gas in the truck in the car? The garden gonna put gas in the car. The garden gonna buy your children school clothes. I'm just trying to figure out. The garden gonna pay your phone bill? Where you gonna get the money to pay your phone bill? The garden? The corn gonna pay it? You know what I'm saying? That's why it's good you talk to me. 'Cause I'm one of the few black Americans that was in Alabama every year, that lived in Hawaii, that grew ganja in the hills. I'm a grower. It's not easy. You gotta work. Okay. I'm a grower. And to grow, it's not easy. It's work. It's serious work. And so people tell you that. I mean, I don't understand why people don't tell people the truth, why they always try to make it seem, so easy when they know it's not. I don't know why people be disingenuous like that. I don't get that. I see people on farms say that all the time. You see me in the hills, that's me in the back. You see that ganja over my shoulder? Okay. Do it look like we plan, or do it look like we? Does it look like work, or does it look like a day at the beach? What it look like to you? That look like a day at the beach? And we working. You got to work to get them plants that big. Them plants don't just grow like that. The plants just don't grow like that. Why you think? Why you think we get? Why you think we was getting 35 a pound back in the 80s? 28 a pound. Back here's 400 a pound. Why you think ours was 28 a pound, 30 a pound? You gotta work, man. If you want to get them good buds, if you want to get them good peaches, if you want to get them good sweet potatoes, you gotta work for them sweet potatoes to have enough nutrients, enough potassium, and stuff to be good sweet potatoes. You can't just throw them in the ground and think you're gonna have some good sweet potatoes. No, you have to work hard. And a garden got to be taken care of every day, all through the day. That's a fact. To be self sufficient food wise, it can't be done without a village. To be self sufficient food wise, there got to be a lot of us. My granddaddy lived on a farm, right? His son, my Uncle Snoop, house was on the farm, like a quarter mile right there. You could see it, like 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. Uncle Snoop was right there. Every morning, all my aunties would come to the farmhouse from wherever they lived with the children. All the men would come to there. All the children would play. All the women would be in the kitchen preparing food and talking. And the men would be what? Out on the farm, working the farm. The horses got to be taken care of. The cows have to be taken care of. The corn has to be taken care of. The water, all of that stuff. You have to go in all those patches and take care of that stuff. You have to see if it's getting enough water. You have to see if it's got parasites. You have to see if it got mites. You have to see if there's gophers in there digging it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just, you know what I mean? Even house plants. If your mother got house plants, if your mother got nice house plants, tell me she don't manage them plants. She baby them plants. She spray them plants. She take care of them plants no less than 3 or 4 times a week. She actually does something for those plants to be that beautiful. That for real. She just don't throw no stuff in no pot and have no beautiful plants in the living room. You gonna see mommy with her work gloves on the weekend, and you gonna see her transplanting plants and all that to get them beautiful plants. She have to take a day off day. You think I lied? Real talk. But to get back to what we was talking to, I mean, it's something for professionals. We live in a world where they go get the food from Panama, Mexico, Mississippi, Alabama, and provide it for us. And that food is coming from everywhere. And then let's not even talk about berries. You know how difficult it would be to grow these? You really got to manage these because the sweet stuff, the bugs want that. Okay. Now, these berries, are natural energy boosters. See, strawberries are a source of complex carbohydrates and natural sugars like fructose, which can be converted into energy to fuel muscle during exercise, right? So when you eat these berries, it fuels the body while you're working out, reduce inflammation. So, the berries, that's why I say after my workout, I'm going to start doing the berries heavy because if you've been working out and you got any type of inflammation, this will help relax the muscle. This will help treat the muscles. The antioxidant in the strawberries, such as polyphenols and vitamin C, can help combat exercise induced inflammation and muscle damage, promoting faster recovery. Improve blood flow and oxygen delivery. Strawberries can contain nitrates that can increase blood and oxygen flow to the muscles. So, a lot of times when I go work out and I hit the gym, in order for that workout to really have some power, I'll do another workout at home or here at the office, right? So I do other workouts. So what the berries is going to do, the berries is going to help my circulation. It's going to give me the antioxidants. It's going to give me the oxygen to the muscles so that when I finish that day, the protein powder is going to help add the protein to build the muscle. And then the fruits that I'm finna add is going to make sure the rest of the body is functioning, the digestion, your breathing, your blood flow. That's what the fruits is going to do. And the fruits going to add the nitrates, right? All them red berries add the nitrates. That's going to increase your sex drive, right? So you younger brothers, don't be waiting till you get 50 and try to increase your sex drive. Keep your sex drive up from the beginning. Because we sit down a lot. We sit down drive. We sit down at home. We sit down while we work. We on the desk. We here and there. Right? So these berries is going to add that nitric oxide to your body that's going to increase your masculinity. It's going to increase your sex drive. It's going to increase your circulation. It's going to keep your veins open. And if your veins is open, then the muscles can grow more. Okay? It's going to help with muscle recovery. See number 4? But look at number 3, improve blood flow and oxygen delivery. Strawberries contain nitrates that can increase blood flow and oxygen flow to the muscles, potentially reducing muscle fatigue and enhancing performance. Muscle recovery. The fiber in strawberries can help regulate blood sugar levels, preventing spikes and dips that can affect energy and recovery. Hydration. With a high water content, strawberries can contribute to hydration, which is crucial for maintaining optimal performance during exercise. Electrolyte balance. Strawberries contain potassium and magnesium, essential minerals that are lost through sweat and play a role in muscle contracting and preventing cramping. Potential endurance boost. Some research suggests that the nitrates and antioxidants in strawberries, like quercetin, may improve endurance and overall athletic performance. So this is why I'm getting ready to add that to my, not my pre-workout, but after. After I work out, I usually work out again at the office. So when I leave the gym and I'm sure I digested my protein shake, now I'm going to add a new substance to my repertoire. I'm going to add these fruits because, okay, if you're plant-based and you're learning to be plant-based, and then let's say also now you want to get in shape. These are two different schools of thought. So you got to go to school and you got to study about how to eat plant based to get all your nutrients. You also got to go to school to learn what to do to the body to work out. These are two different schools. It's a learning process. I got the vegan part down. Now I'm doing the workout. I got to go back to school because I'm not just eating to be healthy. Now I'm trying to build a whole new body. I'm trying to increase my size. And I'm 67, I'm going to be 68. In order for me to increase my size and look like a different specimen, it's certain things I have to do to give my body what it needs. And it's good that y'all brought up farming because I learned this from farming. The food that you feed, when you really feed it, you get the best looking food. Because plants need three parts. They need phosphorus, they need nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. That's why when you go buy plant food, it's three numbers like 999, 16, 16, 16, 939. That the first number shows you the nitrogen. The second number shows you the phosphorus. The last number shows you the potassium. Now, we are just like plants. Now, check out potassium. The nitrogen gets the plant to grow, to get the growth. The middle number, the phosphorus, makes sure that it's strong. But the potassium, the last one, is the one that makes sure it bud to make it get the final outcome. So it's going to do your muscles the same way. The nitrogen is going to make the exercise go good and make you get a lot out to exercise. Once you get a lot out to exercise, the nitrogen is going to add the nitrates and it's going to give you the energy to do the exercise. The phosphorus is going to get in there and begin to build the muscles. And the potassium is going to make the muscles grow from the phosphorus trying to grow them. So the phosphorus is trying to grow them, and the potassium is going to make it grow. So if you're growing plants, okay, so when we growing plants and the plants start to getting close to harvest, we don't give it no more nitrogen because we don't want it to grow no more. It's grown already. We want it to bud, right? We want it to make food. So this is when we just give it the phosphorus. And then eventually we don't give it no phosphorus. We only give it what? Potassium. So if you are a grower and you growing food, when your food get already red, almost ready, go and get a barrel and put some wood in it and start a fire and burn the fire till you get a lot of ash and take those ashes and sprinkle them ashes in the dirt around your plants. That last 2 or 3 weeks before you get ready to harvest and watch what the plants do. That's potassium, potash, potassium. And that potash, if you got some tomatoes and now they starting to really grow and you put them ashes on there, the tomato gonna go boom. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna even start to grow if you don't give it that nitrogen at first and that phosphorus. So that's why the numbers change. That's why it'll be 999. Then it'll be like 099. Then it'll be like 0016. You don't need the phosphorus. You don't need the nitrogen. You just need the 16. You just need the potassium. Our body the same way. So when I go to the gym, my protein shakes is like the nitrogen and the phosphorus. So now when I get home, The fruit is like phosphorus and potassium in terms of the human body, because the human body is just like the plants. You're a plant. Your hair grow. Your fingernails grow. You grow. Your children grow. So you have to feed it the same way. And so to increase my exercises, that's why I'm bringing this to you all. I'm really finna go heavy on these berries, which I'll be soaking, right, in solutions to clean them. I showed you that the other day. Go watch my video on that, how to clean your fruit. But you can use vinegar and baking soda, but the best thing to do is use what I showed you on a video last week. So this is what I'm getting ready to be doing. I'm about to increase my intake on berries. And I'm going to start making my own special blend of berries. I'm not going to mix it with vegetables. When I do the vegetables will be like the potassium just by itself. I'll eat that in the evening time with my tofu. And that's why I have my red cabbage or whatever I'm getting ready to cook with my vegetables to finish that muscle growth. So if you want to get it healthy, you got to eat 3 times a day, sometimes with a healthy snack. If not, you got to feed that body if you want muscle. So if I want these muscles to grow, if I want to get bigger, if I want to get too big for this size shirt to have to get another size shirt and it still fit this tight, I got to feed my chest, my arms, my legs. I got to feed them. And if you don't feed them, you just exercising for nothing. Because your body, you're going to be exercising, your body going to be hungry, like, okay, I'm exercising, but, if you want sperm to come out, you got to feed your testicles. If you want a strong prostate, you got to feed it. You want a strong heart, you got to feed it. You want good eyesight, you got to feed your eyes. Your eyes need beta carotene. Every part of your body, you have to feed it. Okay, you have to feed your body. Every part of it. Right? So now we got another one, blueberries. Blueberries can be beneficial for muscle recovery due to their high antioxidant content. Antioxidants help reduce inflammation and muscle damage caused by exercise, potentially speeding up recovery. Studies suggest that consuming blueberries, particularly before and after workouts, may improve muscle recovery. So, this is what I'm getting ready to add to my new repertoire as I'm learning how to resculpture my body. I haven't gotten to this point, right? So now I'm to this point, y'all, and I share everything with my audience. So share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of that. Support the channel. Because this, what I'm doing over here, is like one of the most important things that we could do for the community, right? And I'm walking you through it as I'm learning, right? And I'm 67, and I should not be in better shape than you if you in your 50s and you in your 40s and you in your 30s, you in your 20s. I should not be outworking you. Now, mind you, you want to be successful in life. You want to get money. You want to take care of your family. All of that is based on your health. Without your health, you cannot get no money. If you're going through something in life, a breakup, financial situations, exercise will put you on point. Trust me. You exercise and you will conquer anything in front of you. It does something to you. It gives you that extra boost. It gets rid of any form of depression, any form of doubt. It gives you inspiration. If you're going through a bad breakup, exercise. I bet you'll be all right. You're going through financial difficulty, exercise. I bet you come out of it. Because that blood flow and stimulating those muscles is going to stimulate that brain. It's going to help you get money because it's going to stop you from having to go to Walgreens and spend money on pills and medicine. It's going to prevent you from having a doctor's bill, a hospital bill, losing money because you're sick. It's the best thing that you could do if you're eating right. You want to eat right and exercise. And blueberries is one of the things you want to eat. It promotes good mental health, lower risk of breast cancer. It'll treat urinary tract infections, reduce LDL cholesterol levels, prevent cardiac problems, and maintain healthy bones. So if you're exercising and you're putting all this stress on your heart, don't you want to eat something that prevents cardiac problems? It's just like you get in your car, you got to have antifreeze. If you don't got antifreeze, if you don't got oil, your car can't take the stress. The body the same way. You have to put something in there to take the stress. Once you put something in there, the stress is not stress. Your car not stressing if it got oil. Your car not stressing if it got antifreeze. Your car only stressing when you ain't put no antifreeze in it. You ain't put no oil in it. You ain't put no transmission fluid in it. Then it's stressing. When you put everything supposed to be in it, it's running smooth. Your body's the same way. Your body's the same way. So you got to take care of your body. Support the channel. Hit the like button, share, notification. All of that. Right? So let's go on. Blueberries are beneficial for exercise recovery due to their high antioxidant content, which helps reduce muscle damage and inflammation. They also provide a good source of carbohydrates for energy and manganese, which supports energy production during exercise. So see what it's telling you? It's telling you that this is going to help you with energy production. See, they don't tell us this. So you're like, I want to work out. You don't feel like it. That's because you're not eating the things that's going to give you energy production that's going to hype you up. Now, if you want to have sex, right, then you need what? You need energy production. You want to hear my opinion? You know, if you ain't got no woman, Kevin, then that's the answer. You know, if you ain't got no woman and you don't want to spend no time meeting no woman and you're looking at the woman at the internet, nobody can help you. Nobody can give you no advice when you already know you're ruining yourself in life. So there's no advice I can give you if you're doing things that you know is ruining your life. It's not for me to stop you from ruining your life. You're a grown man. So if you're sitting up looking at some weirdos on the internet, there's nothing I can do for you. Okay? You're a grown man. Okay? Figure it out. I'm not here to try to stop somebody from doing something that they know they don't need to be doing anyway. Let me stay on an intelligent conversation. I'm trying to teach people how to eat. This has nothing to do with anybody with the problem you bringing up. Okay? This, I don't know what makes you think me trying to get people to eat right and exercise has anything to do with what you asked me. Please stay on subject. Okay? Stay on subject, bro. Okay, so the blueberries helps support energy production. Studies suggest that blueberries can improve fat oxidation during exercise, potentially benefiting endurance for athletes. So I need to add, by me adding this to my repertoire, I look at it like this. I wake up in the morning. If I'm rested, I can go work out, right? So if I'm rested, I go work out. Now, after I work out, if I have a strong workout, I'm going to be a little tired. The protein is going to begin to build my muscles from the exercise I did. So I'm thinking now, drink some water and hydrate. And about an hour or so after that, now it's time to hit my body with the fruit to build up energy so I can get in another exercise and also begin to do repair. But I've got to wait until I get the shake out my system because I don't want to mix the milk with the fruit. But because the milk is the first thing I consume before I work out, it's going to be no problem for it to be gone out my system. Right? So if I do the milk in the morning, 6 in the morning, 7, 8 in the morning, for sure by noon, that's gone. That's when I'm going to start hitting the fruit. I'm going to start hitting the blackberries, the blueberries, the strawberries, the raspberries. I'm not going to mix them all together. I'm going to do them mono. So if I'm going to do blueberries, I'm going to do blueberries. So I can get everything out the blueberries. If I'm going to do strawberries, then I'm going to do strawberries. So what I would most likely do is have some drinks because I can drink a few of those. So at 12, I'll drink a blueberry drink, just blueberry, maybe some water with it, a little water, and maybe a little agave or who knows, maybe not. Boom, 12, 2 o'clock. I do either the strawberries or the raspberries or the blackberries. So each time I'm doing it, I'm getting the maximum from that one berry. I'm letting it run through my system. Then I maximize it from this berry. I feel if I mix the blueberry with the strawberry, I'll get half of each one, or they might cancel each other out. I don't believe mixing citrus. I believe they cancel each other out. Like the milks, I believe they're blend together because they're milky, and so they're not like a burning. They're not citric. They're not acidy. So I would believe that a milk would blend and make one new substance. But I believe something that's citrus, I believe the citrus would be fighting. So rather than have the blueberries fighting the strawberries and making a third substance, I'm going to do mono blueberries, bang. Wait an hour or so, strawberries, bang. Wait an hour or so, raspberry, bang. That way I could just do a little glass. Bow. Wait an hour or so, bow the other one. Wait an hour or so, bow. Now I'm maximizing each fruit. I'm getting all three fruits, but I'm getting them separately, one at a time, so I can maximize. I believe that's the smartest way, rather than blending them up. And now I don't got strawberries, I don't got blackberries, I don't got blueberry. I don't know what this is. These are going to cancel each other out. So I'm not going to cancel them out. I'm going to do one at a time. Right? And that's going to keep me hydrated until it's time for me to eat a dinner later to get some more protein and some what I'm going to get from my vegetables, whatever I'm finna get from my Brussels sprouts now. Now I'm finna do my red cabbage, Brussels sprouts, tofu, like that. So I'm getting more protein out the tofu. I'm getting whatever I'm getting out the Brussels sprouts. The vegetables, I believe by the vegetables not being citrus, they'll blend. And citrus, I don't believe citrus blend well. I believe if you take lemons and limes and put together, I don't believe they are strong as one by itself. I believe they cancel each other out a little bit. You don't have lime or you don't have lemon. I believe the milky stuff can mix together without canceling each other. I believe the vegetables can mix together without canceling. I don't believe fruit mix well without canceling. That's why we used to teach don't eat no more than 2 fruits. But I'm going to go a step further. I'm only going to do 1 because I'm on some Superman stuff. If you tell me blueberries do all this, right? My common sense, I'm like, well, let me get everything out these blueberries by themselves, right? So I feel like if my system is ready for some nutrition and I just drink blueberry, my system gonna be like, wow, it's gonna take all the blueberry. So if I wait an hour and a half and then I do raspberry, my body gonna take everything out the raspberry. Instead of my body gotta find it and gotta find this because I didn't mix the blueberry with the raspberry. I don't want my body searching for it. I make it easy for my body. Here, straight blueberries, bang. An hour, 2 hours. Here, straight strawberries, bang. So I can get everything out the strawberries. What I'm mixing it for. You don't mix it in real life. I was talking to somebody like that. They act like they know I was talking about when we was growing up. We didn't mix stuff. If you went in the kitchen and you got grapes and they was good, you went back and got some more grapes. You never went and got no peach. You got whatever. If it tasted good, you went back and got some more of that. We used to eat mono. If your mama came home with some food, she got some grapes, and you went and got them green grapes and started eating them, and they was good, and you ain't full on them, what would you do? You would go back and get some more green grapes. Whatever you was eating that you liked, you would eat that till you didn't want it no more. We didn't do all that mixing. You never gonna go get an apple and it's good, then go get a pear. Nobody ate like that. If it's pears till the pears is gone. If it's plums till the plums is gone. This is how we ate. This is how my grandmama ate, my mama, my daddy, all of us. As a matter of fact, when we go on vacation and my grandmama go in a store, we stop and the plums is good. My grandmama come out with a whole bag of plums. She don't even have another fruit. And we get in the car and we eat plums all the way. If my grandmama see some pecans, she get pecans. She wouldn't get almonds or walnuts. She'd get pecans, and we would just eat pecans. Black people and people in general, if you think about it, you ate mono. You ate mono naturally. Now you didn't think about it. That's just how you did. Grandmama come out with the peaches. The peaches look good. She fill up a bag with peaches. She get in the car. The kid's like, I want one. I want one. Everybody in the car eating what? Peaches. She wouldn't even buy another fruit, but the one she thought looked real good and the one she wanted. You notice and realize that when certain parts of the body go through a state of swelling or inflammation, that means it's a deficiency and it needs to be fed. Yes, swelling can come from a deficiency. A lot of times it comes from a lot of times it comes from being sick. You eating trash, so you got bad circulation. So a lot if you got like leg swelling, you either sitting down too long, your socks is on too tight, cutting off your circulation. But most likely you unhealthy. And a lot of times it's not what you missing, it's what you've been eating. You've been eating trash, basically. Most times, swelling pains and stuff, it's not from a lack, it's from what you did eat. And because you ate bad, you automatically didn't eat good. So it's like two in one. You're not eating the good stuff, but you are eating the bad stuff. So you're getting the bad effect from the bad stuff, and you ain't getting no help from the good stuff because you didn't eat no good stuff. So it's like a two in one. Because if the good stuff do good stuff, what the garbage do? Bad stuff. You can't have it both ways. If you eat the blueberries and the blueberries is good for you and the strawberries is good for you, what's the French fries? The French fries can't be neutral. They're either good for you or they're going to be bad for you. They're not going to be neutral. Everything going to be something. Everything going to either be good or bad. Everything is going to make you healthier or make you unhealthier. And some people want to go and eat unhealthy. Okay, this is neutral. You eat unhealthy, then you want to try to eat healthy. Well, you're not going to be healthy. You're going to be a little bit under neutral. Because if 50, if you eat 50 and it makes you unhealthy 50, if you eat 50 healthy won't take you back even board. Because unhealthy is very powerful. So to get back close to healthy, if you ate the number 50 to get unhealthy, my common sense tell me you would have to at least eat 60 or 75 to be back healthy. Because I don't believe that good can cancel bad out. I believe bad is more powerful than good. So I believe damage to the body is way more powerful than healing the body. The damage is bad. So once you do damage, I would feel you have to do way more good to fix that damage. You ain't gonna be able to do the same amount of good that you did damage. You got to do more. Because okay, let's look at a person. How hard is it to pull a person out of a hole if they fall in a hole? It's gonna be easier to lower them in a hole than it's gonna be to pull them out of a hole. And your health is the same way. It's going to be easier to mess your health up than it is to fix it. That's a fact. If you eat a bunch of stuff and give yourself high blood pressure, you ain't going to be able to get rid of it as easy as you got it. Now, you got to work to get your blood pressure back right. And so when the people got all that swelling and stuff like that, that's because they've been eating garbage all their life. If you don't be eating garbage all your life, you don't be having all that stuff. You don't be having all that weirdo stuff. Like I'm 67. I don't be having swelling. I don't be like people be. I don't have none of that. I don't be having none of that stuff people be talking about. I don't be need no cough syrup. I don't be having no headaches. I haven't had stuff like that since the 70s. As a matter of fact, it was so long I forgot. I was doing a live one time and I was talking about walking down the stairs when you get them headaches every time you hit a stair. And that's when I realized, dang, I ain't had that since probably 70 something. Think about that. You know that headache you get where you got to walk slow because your head hurt? That haven't happened to me since the 70s. I forgot about that. You know the cough where you cough and your chest hurt? I haven't had that since the 70s. And I hadn't had it. I forgot about it. And I was just doing a live and I thought about it. I said, yeah, I was describing back with being sick. And I went back in history and said, yeah, you know when you're sick and you coughing and your chest hurt real bad, you got like, and that's when it hit me like, whoa, that ain't happened to me. You know what I'm saying? That ain't happened to me since back when I was eating trash. Since I've been vegan in 1978, I haven't had none of that. All that stuff I used to have all my childhood, all them headaches, all them colds, I haven't had none of that to the point I forgot about those issues. I only talking on live did I remember. Think about that. The thing about backwoods and papers, if you smoking, you have to run it through water. That's why Rasta got your chalice with the coconut with the water in it. The smoke got to go through the water to clean it. If you take a bong or a chalice and you smoke through it, when you get through smoking, when you pour the water out, the water brown. When Rasta smoked the chalice, if if I take the chalice and light it, when I hit it, the kochi there is gonna go through the water. I'm gonna hit it. When I blow the smoke out, the smoke gonna be white. When I pass it to you, you're supposed to release that hole and you're supposed to clear it. You're supposed to blow the smoke out before you take your hit. When you remove your finger and clear it, that smoke gonna be brown. That smoke that you blow out before you hit it is gonna be brown. Then when you blow that out, and then when you hit it and blow it out, your smoke gonna be white. But that smoke left in there is gonna be brown. So the next person got to blow it out before they hit it. And when you get finished and you dump that water out, that water brown. So now when you smoking and you ain't sending it through no water, guess what? All that brown stuff is at. It's in you. That's why smoking ain't no good unless you use all the elements. You doing earth, wind, and fire. That's why your throat hurt. You're doing earth, wind, and fire. Earth, wind, and fire is improper. It got to be earth, wind, fire, water. It got to be earth, wind, fire, water. Earth, wind, and fire is improper. If this was my other channel, I would get into the group and what we used to say about that group. You know, we didn't look at that group. Those of us cosmic, we didn't look at them as positive. We looked at them on the dark side. Earth, wind, and fire is improper. It's earth, wind, fire, water. It ain't no north, south, east. It's north, south, east, and west. It's up, down, side to side. It ain't no up, down, side. It ain't no north, south, east. When you ever heard of north, south, east? You heard of north, south, east, and west. But you ain't never heard of north, side, east. So Earth, wind, and fire is improper. Earth, wind, fire, and water. So if you ain't got no water, that's why you use a bong. You gotta use a bong or a chalice. You got a filter. You gotta use a filter. Let it go through the water. Basically. And then when you go through the water, you get a different effect than dry. That's why it's a holy thing when Rasta do that, because you get a whole different itation when you use the earth, wind, fire, and the water. You get a whole different itation. When you just earth, wind, and fire, you don't get that. You don't get that. You don't get that righteous feeling like that. You sure don't. Any Rasta tell you, once you hit it through the water, it's a whole different feeling. That's what the feeling make Rasta feel close to the Most High. Because of the water. When it comes through the water, that's basically steam now. That ain't smoke. When you pull that smoke through the water, it's steam. It's not really smoke no more. But most people, they just prefer to cook it. They prefer to cook with it, which is cool if you're using it for medicinal purposes. But if you're using it for recreational purpose, then you got to be careful. Too much recreation ain't never good. Raspberries. Raspberries are also a source of calcium to strengthen the bones and teeth. How many people know that? Fiber to regulate the digestive tract. Iron to develop the protein hemoglobin for oxygen transport through the bloodstream, and other amounts of B vitamins, manganese, magnesium, copper, iron, and calcium. Who knows that raspberry was that powerful? That is calcium to strengthen the bones and the teeth. Fiber to regulate digestion. It got the iron in it to develop the protein hemoglobin for oxygen transport through the bloodstream. So if I'm trying to increase my protein and I'm drinking this protein shakes and go working out, and now this protein is pumping through my body, and then I turn around 2 or 3 hours later and I drink some raspberry juice or juice some raspberries or eat some raspberries, that is going to take that protein and make it work. It'll take the iron and develop the protein on top of the protein I got. So these things are going to work together for all the things you're going to be then got out your hemp seeds, all the nutrition you then got out your chia seeds, your flax seeds. This raspberry going to go in there and work with that and make you get the most out of that. This is the science of these plants. They work together. So if you did some protein before you went to work out, then you come back and hit some raspberry, that raspberry is going to take the iron and work with that protein and do a whole different job. So each one of these going to go do a job. You eat this, it's like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to fix that. You eat that, it go in your body. Okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to fix that. Together, you got a well-oiled machine. You feel me? Just look at the information. You can see how it all go together. You can see how all this stuff go together. Cranberries. Cranberries offer several benefits for those exercising, primarily due to their high antioxidant content and potential to reduce inflammation and improve muscle recovery. They can help with performance, muscle fatigue, and overall recovery after strenuous workouts. Reduced inflammation. Cranberries are packed with antioxidants, which can help combat oxidative stress caused by exercise, reducing inflammation and promoting faster muscle recovery. Improved performance. Studies suggest that cranberry supplementation can improve running speed, reoxygenate rates, and muscle oxidative capacity, all contributing to better athletic performance. By reducing inflammation and improving muscle oxygenation, cranberries can help athletes recover from workouts more quickly and experience less muscle pain. Cranberries are a natural source of nutrients, offering a performance enhancing boost without the need for artificial supplements. I hope y'all listening. This is giving us all the game right here. Improved muscle oxidative capacity, facilitated by cranberries, can lead to better endurance and overall performance, especially in endurance-based activities. So it's showing you that if you take advantage of these different substances and add them to your routine, you're going to be like a powerhouse. They all work hand in hand. Now, I don't be eating cranberries hardly never. So now I know, okay, I got to do the cranberries. I got to do the blueberries. I got to do the strawberries. I got to do the raspberries. So now I got to sit back and figure how I can work that into my week. I don't got to do them all the same day. I can do two of them. I can do raspberries and blueberries one day. I can do cranberries and strawberries another day. I can do blackberries and another berry another day. So that my body can get each one and be constantly repairing my body. And these are things they do not teach us for some strange reason. They do not teach us any of this information. They just got us taking our children to McDonald's. Real talk. It's crazy. Because I didn't know any of this information. I gathered this information just to talk to you all. Elderberries offer several benefits for individuals who exercise. They can improve exercise performance, aid in faster recovery, and potentially reduce inflammation, making them a valuable addition to an athlete's diet. Elderberries are also known for their immune boosting properties, which can help athletes stay healthy during periods of intense training. Enhance exercise performance. Elderberries contain antioxidants that may improve nitric oxide production. That's what I told y'all you need to keep your sex drive up, man. Potentially enhancing exercise performance, right? A study cited by Elderberry Family Farm suggests that elderberries can improve various psychological responses related to exercise. Faster recovery. Elderberries possess anti-inflammatory properties, which can help reduce muscle soreness and aid in faster recovery after workouts. This is particularly beneficial for athletes who experience inflammation and muscle damage during training. Immune support. The high antioxidant content of elderberries, especially anthocyanins, can strengthen the immune system, helping athletes stay healthy and reducing the risk of illness during intense training periods. This is crucial as intense exercise can sometimes suppress the immune system. Other potential benefits, some research suggests that elderberries may also improve metabolism, potentially assisting in weight management and fat oxidation during exercise. Additionally, elderberries have been linked to improve gut health and may help alleviate some digestive issues, which can be helpful for athletes experiencing gastrointestinal problems. And so these things are real important right here. Okay, this is one of the most important uh, live streams you could watch if you're planning to work out and get in shape. Real talk. Real talk. This is one of the ones you really need to be watching. Okay, because this is packed with information. And I mean when I say packed, I mean packed. I'm gonna be doing my best to get these different uh berries and include them into my regimen. Goji berries increase energy and endurance. Goji berries are rich in natural sugars and complex carbohydrates, providing a sustained release of energy during exercise. They also contain iron, which aids in oxygen delivery to muscles, potentially reducing fatigue. Reduce muscle soreness and inflammation. Goji berries contain compounds like beta sitosterol and antioxidants that can help reduce inflammation and muscle soreness after workouts, facilitating faster recovery. Goji berries are a source of protein and amino acids, which are essential for muscle repair and growth. Some research suggests that goji berries may increase nitric oxide production, which can improve blood flow and oxygen delivery to muscles. Goji berries are rich in antioxidants, which can help combat exercise induced oxidative stress and protect cells from damage. Pre workout, consume goji berries before exercise to potentially boost energy levels. Post workout, use them as a part of a recovery meal to support muscle repair and reduce inflammation. So this just shows you how you could really build a excellent workout situation so that you would be in the best shape possible when you're working out. Michael Greger, shout out to Dr. Michael Greger, says population studies have found a correlation between regular aerobic exercise and decreased risk of at least 35 different diseases, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and cancer. Exercise is so important that not walking an hour a day is considered a high risk behavior. So we got to walk, we got to get in shape, we got to get these berries into our system. We have to get these berries in our system by hook or by crook. We have to. And if you're working out, it's a must to get these berries into your system, especially after workouts. Raspberries are also a source of calcium to strengthen bones and teeth. I wanted to repeat that again. I don't think people look at raspberries as calcium. Fiber to regulate the digestive tract, iron to develop the protein hemoglobin for oxygen transport through the bloodstream, and other amounts of B vitamins, manganese, magnesium, copper, iron, and calcium. So this shows you that these plants are made for us to consume and for the animals to consume to get the most out of life for our bodies, because all of us creatures need this stuff in our body. Shout out to Hi, my name is Tony. Welcome to the show, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so this is what we got to do. If we exercising, watch this live again. And this is what I'm finna add to my workout. I'm about to add berries. So it's gonna be protein shake before I work out. After I work out, it's gonna be some neutral like hydration, maybe just some type of water, and then it's gonna be berries, but I'm gonna do them mono. So I might just do the elderberries, or I might just do the blueberries. I'm gonna do two berries separately after my workout. I mostly work out early in the morning, so I'm gonna be doing one berry somewhere around noon, just straight blackberry or straight raspberry. Then around 3, I'm gonna do another berry juice or mixture. Might be straight blackberry or straight blueberry or goji, but each one I'm gonna do it separate by itself to help repair. And go follow Hi, my name is Tony. He began taking the body sculpture challenge and he turned into a Superman. Real talk. Go follow him on all his social media. If you want to be inspired, he would be the number one person to watch. He took it serious and he really resculpted his body, and now he's super strong. And you can go watch how he changed. And it's going to blow your mind. It's very inspiring. He's one of the few people that took full advantage of the body sculpture challenge. For real, it's amazing. And so make sure you also follow Body Sculpture Challenge and work out. It never stops. It never ends. It's something that we do around the clock. Yeah, I watched it, Tony. It was fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my post workout. I'm finna change mine too. I haven't been doing this. I just looked this stuff up today, bro. A lot of stuff I be telling my audience, I be just finding it out. So I'll go search information that I don't really know. So when y'all be watching me, I don't know this stuff, a lot of this stuff. I look it up right before I go live. So when I'm telling you we both learning at the same time, I really didn't know none of this. I just said, let me talk about berries and exercise. So then I just started looking them up. And then I found the information, but I didn't read it. I just saved it and got it ready for the presentation. So you're watching me read it for the first time. So I'm kind of amazed. I'm like, wow. Yeah, I didn't know any of this. Like, I didn't know raspberry got calcium and all that. But I did know, okay, I'm finna add berries in after my workout. I'm gonna do at least two berries or at least one, but I'm gonna do them by themselves so I can maximize what each berry got. So I'm gonna be in the store really checking the berries, soaking my berries, cleaning my berries, and blending that up because I'm really trying to take my health extremely serious. And I really do believe that these hemp seeds and these berries and these different things, I really do believe they're miracle plants and was put here to really help us. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? So make sure y'all go follow the body sculpture challenge and get in shape. And it never stops. It's year in and year out. So the body sculpture challenge never stops. It's constant. Go check it out. You know what I'm saying? And get yourself in shape. You only got one life and you only got one body. And you might be getting older. I got a friend just came back from a funeral in Mississippi, and a lot of people not doing well. And a lot of the older people aren't doing that well because we don't eat right and we're not moving. We're not moving. And we're just not eating right. Over the decades, we've fallen off. You got to realize that your grandparents and your parents, they did more physical labor. They had more physical jobs. They wasn't sitting on computers and stuff. They wasn't just sitting on buses driving. Although my daddy was, and being a bus driver did affect him sitting down all them hours. He had high blood pressure and eating off on the road. It affected him. My daddy had blood pressure in his 40s. He had to take blood pressure medicine for over 40 years of his life. The whole second half of his life, he was taking high blood pressure medicine. Now, you know that ain't no good. But they didn't have access to the internet. They didn't have access to what we had. And they wasn't as bad a shape as we are. Like my children, I don't believe my children was as fit as I was because they didn't play like I used to play. My sons and stepsons was on the game a lot. They wasn't doing hide and go seek. They wasn't doing uh, uh, running bases. They wasn't chasing a baseball. They wasn't chasing a basketball as much as we was. They wasn't riding bikes like a motorcycle gang like we was. Like we rode bikes was our life. So we was always moving our legs. We was always riding. It's less children. Less children means less playing. And the few children there are, they ain't got nobody to play with. So the children kind of stand around and talk. When you go to their little playgrounds, they like getting on the swings or they sliding down, but they not running and ripping like we used to. So we gonna have to really reverse this situation because people got prostate cancer now in their 30s. So eat to live, don't live to eat. You know what I'm saying? And health is wealth, so take care of yourself. So definitely, thanks for watching the channel. Make sure you support the channel, and let everybody know that we gotta take care of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's really a 911, and I hope over here at Vegan Intel I can get you to see us a 911 and help you out. You know what I'm saying? So eat right and work out. All right, victory.